to queue up as this fucking chair keeps descending. And we begin with a fresh session of Rescue at Raxis. Last time, the party were still just sort of winding down after a big battle. They'd killed the Gulphias tree, a source of a blight in this region of Raxis itself. Then came the trip back, picking off disorientated and feeble blights, very weakened by the loss of their source, along with the aid of a couple of alchemy and magic casters. Was it alchemy? Ugh. And then, of course, at the very end of it, they were still a day and a bit away from the city again. But Zarzul and Malgern came across a whelp that has the potential to grow up to be an evil fiend, or maybe something else, if they put the fucking work in. They chose to salvage the runt of a displacer beast family. When we last left off, well, not a hell of a lot was happening. Just a bit more trudgery in the wild, although now you're surrounded once again by green, by animals. There is the presence of simple insects. There is still fucking cold. There's still a lot of it, of bare branches, but there's also the crunch of leaf litter underfoot. There is life. And you've just got this small pink mound that's vaguely cat-shaped in your hand, Malgern, as the rest of the party catch up. Also, Siegfried, give me a con save, because we forgot to do one last time.
Only the one?
Just the one. That's all you'll need. Nice.
The cat looks delicious.
No. Nothing to that degree. Although you realize as you look through your rations, you've been gnawing on the jerky portions and you've been leaving everything else behind. You've got a mound of hardtack, which is never inviting to begin with, but it's just building up. And you've unwrapped the wax paper of so many of these that they're definitely going to spoil, and you've just gone straight for the salted meats. You're still able to swallow down the good berry handed out now and again, but man, you're really wishing that Zarzul would trot off and bring back a boar or something.
I want a steak.
Oh dear, a couple of beer.
Steak. Oh.
Yeah, you are thinking once you get to the town, you can just order a nice big meal.
As Pufflesworth would say, meat.
Yes, I think most of us could want a bit of a more fresher meal. By the way, what's that you got there? Malgern.
It's just a thing.
A thing, eh?
Yeah. Look, it needed help, okay?
What's it?
And I open my hand.
It's cute!
It is
Yeah,
this
see?
tiny pink wad of flesh that is vaguely cat-shaped. There is the presence of 6 limbs. The eyes are closed. And there's 2 little nubs on the back. It's also wrinkled and almost scrotum-like. Because that's how baby animals are.
You just had to throw that last part in there, didn't you? So it's a hairless dire cat.
It's
What?
cute.
What is that?
I mean, I think it's a dire beast. Just deductive reasoning here, you know. Aren't you supposed to be the smart one?
And what are you planning to do with it?
Save its life.
Are you planning to keep it?
I don't know.
Did you give it a name yet?
Can't just leave it.
No, but did you give it a name yet?
No, I haven't given it a name yet.
Good, then we can find someone who can take care of it and they can have it.
Be nice.
That is being nice.
He's allowed a pet if he wants one.
Shall we talk about your pet?
Yeah, I know. I can have one, so he can too.
That's not what I mean.
Pufflesworth is currently chewing on the leash.
Hey, stop that. Does he stop that?
Does he fuck?
I go to physically remove the leash from his mouth. No!
Yeah, it takes a little bit of a tug. It's hard to do the shaking thing because he's got so much rotation on the head. But you're able to just snap it free. At which point he just starts sort of digging at the ground.
There you go.
Wolfgang just sits there looking at his pet Zarzul, who seems to be behaved right now.
At this point, Cornelius is just wondering if this is just going to be a party of people that collects runs of litters.
As you look to Droop.
I just wonder when it is that Castalia and Siegfried are going to pick up theirs.
I think it's sort of indicated if Castalia looks at Siegfried. That's her runt. To be fair, when she showed up, she had a nice, proud pet. She had a big horse.
I still do.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is true. We do have to get another horse for the cart.
That was something we warned about was going to be an issue.
Well, I mean, currently you've also just got them living in your backyard. But luckily you've got a nice neighbor who's looking after them. Where did I write his name? Which file? Oh, there we go.
Anyway, I'd launch into the explanation that it's a pet, it's a lot of responsibility, but just...
And I'm kind of just rolling my eyes like she doesn't think I can handle it.
As she's going through this lecture, some of you are getting the memory of when you saw Malgern and Megran pissing into the fountain at dead of night in Raxis. There was also that time that he threatened to kill an Etten in front of his wife, the hill giant, and how he was almost planted like a stake. And then way back to a few weeks ago when you guys were in the swamp, you tied each other together for support, and then the first thing he did was leap in and nearly drag you all into the muck.
Good memories.
It's going to be different this time.
Spoilers. It's going to be exactly the same.
As he says that, there's then the memory of the hole, where there was the sound of a rope snapping, and something very large and metal smashing on a Siegfried.
That wasn't my fault.
No, that was another person's fault.
But it's a vivid memory. Good times, the happy times. Meanwhile, of course, Cornelius and Siegfried get the bonus memories of they remember when he had holy powers as a paladin. And there were two of them at one point.
Well, he might be trying to get to paladin status the other direction. There must be something other than a holy paladin. There must be the opposite.
Ah, yes, the blackguard.
I mean, there is, but we don't talk about that. And yes, I did read that part of the player's handbook.
So she's
Probably still has a bit too much conscience for that side, though.
So Malgern Casali is giving you a lecture. It's probably a little hard to keep eye contact because as she's talking, the horns are bobbing around in the air. The tail is swishing probably and the fingers wagging, no doubt. But
Yeah,
also,
I'm
there's a lot of
afraid I'll
foliage,
hold
like
back
her
somewhere.
horns look like they're wrapped by a couple of bouquets.
You look different. Have you done something with your hair?
No, but I do believe Sodden Lash is coming along nicely.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Well, in any case, should we proceed on?
And so they didn't. They remained where they were for years to come.
You can still hear them to this day.
But no one cares. And so indeed, they strike off again, back to adventure. Or in this case, back from adventure. Just a long trudge. No thrilling battles, no clashes of blade upon flesh, unless, they got clumsy and fell over on their own gear. You guys have a lot of equipment right now. Like that big fucking great axe, but someone must be carrying because it's not going to fit in the pouch.
Well, it's not gonna be Cornelius unless you want it on the discs and you ask. Is anyone asking? Is the hint here?
Through the forest they move, an axe dragged by rope behind Droop. The trees finally start to part. Again, you get to witness the farming community. Although, they're far in the distance and it is getting nighttime. But, a quick little bit of Cornelius's tiny hut. Just because it's better accommodations than the poor folk could probably offer. After all, it's smell controlled. It's not filled with the unwashed mashes, no doubt inbred. The morning begins. Siegfried, give me a con save.
You're gonna start chewing the faces of your companions in starvation.
No.
Yeah, but also a wisdom save.
Well, it's not a good night.
Nah, but, at least it's not any different. You didn't see any trees in your nightmares this time. It's still very consistently mainly things were trying to claw and eat you and chase you. Mainly the undead. But also that black hound. You saw that circling you during your nightmare. So a cold sweat, but you could poke through for a prestidigitation. This is nothing unusual. Morning. There were people greeting. They'd like to see you all return. Some of them recognize you, slightly. A couple of you are very eye-catching. Mainly the owlbear. As you get up to the ferry point...
Destroyer of plan.
As you get up to the ferry point... Alright then, it's all you lot again. It's alright, Dadagun's paid your fare.
Oh, good. I was worrying if this was gonna be an issue.
Nah, he says he'll probably be away for a few more days, but he's gonna pay you back. He's just gotta get those people homed.
Fair enough. No rush.
They looked in a rough old state. You saved them, men.
Yeah,
Yes.
technically most of them died, and then we had to bring in.
Oh, hang on. Don't go giving me the whole story yet. Let's push off first, and then you can talk while we're floating.
That's fair.
Yeah. Once again, you're coasting across. There are a few...
Cornelius sighs and packed away his hat again.
Fortunately, on the boat, on the ferry itself, you don't see anyone wearing it.
Yeah.
You just know that people in the city will be, though.
Didn't you get like a new hat or something?
No, never got around to it.
Okay, I thought you got something new.
But now he's got the chance. There is opportunity here for a hat. For more than one party member.
I thought that hat doesn't get removed. Or can't be removed. It got
I think
squished
he
on
was
the
talking
top.
about Zarzul.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was,
Fortunately, I've got another idea coming up, which probably going to take all the gold, all the platinum I got, and be nice to have.
yes, the part you took out of the whole deal and said, "Oh yeah, here's what we got out of it."
Alright. It's nice and smooth. I'm all eaters.
It wasn't that big of a deal. Just they technically died. Well, 3 of them died, and we had to kind of fix them back up after that. And...
You what now?
I know you're a cleric and such, but it is kind of a big deal when you start you know, getting the god's divine power to bring people back to life.
Yeah, right now you get the feeling that Kalimvor's kind of pissed, but you were just so blasé about it. There's a bony finger tapping a desk. The nerve of that bitch.
I'm around dead people all the time.
Oh, I can see that. You look
Why
fucking
you
rough,
look
mate.
at us?
As the ferryman looks at Siegfried.
He only pretends to be dead.
He looks fucking haunted, man. You gotta get something for those bags under the eyes.
Oh, he's been like this for quite a while now.
That's not a good thing.
It is not.
Can I see if there's a fishing rod about? I might find fresh fish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of guys just hanging the line over. They don't look like they're, competing or anything, considering they're on a moving platform. But yeah. If you
Okay,
bring it
I'll
up.
ask if I can join them.
Oh, aye, sure. Aye. Who's got a spare? Teddy? Teddy, you got one? There you go, then. It's very simple. It's just a little bobber.
I just hang it over the side.
Wondering about following it in.
Yes, but must resist. I don't. No, I will have some swim skill.
Yep. Everyone can swim. Not well, but you can all do
No.
it. Not Droop, though. He'll fucking sink.
I'd
Not
imagine
all of
they'll
us can
do this
swim.
thing as well.
Looks at Pouch.
No, but nominally all adventurers are able to swim, but it's just difficult terrain. That includes the ranger. You don't have a swim speed.
Try to get advantages out of the DM. Yeah, you missed your chance.
Well, no, it's just revised ranger says that, you're not impeded by difficult terrain, as long as it's not magical. But in this instance, you will be, because it's not your native way of moving.
I mean, he's a little kobold.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing that swimming. That's amazing.
I imagine it more like a chimpanzee. There's no fat, there's no buoyancy. Just a fucking long dart into the ocean.
I'm more imagine iguanas swimming. Yeah.
That's more your lizard folk
Hey,
territory.
they swim.
You could always put on boots of speed and be a Jesus lizard.
Yeah.
I think I might need more than just boots of speed for that, but yeah.
He looks well rough. He looks like he had all the bad nights you guys haven't.
Indeed.
He tends to look like that.
Still not a good thing, but alright. So, you've got a fair semblance, Ely. As he just sort of narrows his eyes at Cornelius for a bit.
A fair semblance to what?
I don't know. I've got a vague memory of seeing you before.
I've heard about that before.
Oh, well, it's not coming to me just yet. That's alright then. So, what were you lot doing down in the forests?
Mostly taking care of some corrupted trees.
Well, like growing wonky?
Like a what?
Like growing wonky and
They
all?
grow wonky.
Wonky is a slang term for distorted or weird or a bit gamey and weird and limp. Famously, there was the TV show Wonky Donkey.
Ah,
It just means, it's like on the wonk, it's not right.
Yeah. well, something in the kind of demonic possession of a tree, I think, would be more close. Eating up the life of the land, all that.
So it's going
Burn
straight.
down.
Okay. All right.
And some crazy cultists trying to wake the tree.
Okay. Right.
It
You can
might
see
have
he's
been
not
like-
really getting it fully. These are assorted elements he's not heard in conjunction. Mainly demon
we
and
did-
tree.
We also did have that incident where a bunch of cultists were trying to sacrifice. Actually, those people we rescued were about to be sacrificed on a stone to bring forth some large demon. We fixed that.
Oh.
It might have been related, might have been something separate.
Oh.
Anyway, we stopped both of them.
He's sort of looking around for a moment. He spots Castelli and all. So, I don't know, what we're going to summon?
We don't know because we stopped it in time, and I'm pretty sure we don't really want to know.
Okay. I figured that's the question you asked. I'm not really sure. Oof. That'll be them Northern lot then.
Yes.
Fucking weird, that place.
Have you guys had an awful lot of trouble with the Northern Lot?
That's the thing. No, actually, like, thinking back now, my pa and all, like, we had stories and all, but, I've never heard any issues with them. I'm, getting on about 40 summers?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard no word. Mind you, I probably wouldn't have as a kid. But I mean, mind you, they did tell lots of stories like, you know, you get over walls, they'll snatch you at night, that sort of thing.
I'm wondering if them getting all up and brazen like they are now is related to this whole orc thing.
Well, I mean, orcs can breed with anything. And you see his face sort of realize what he just said. As he just slowly turns a little bit to look out at the river. And then at the fisherman. Mind you, they could just be, savage mates. That's, like an alliance. That's what they could be doing.
Quite.
Say, by the way, when you said that I look familiar, but it happened to be to someone who looks a bit like me, but broader, more muscular.
No, actually, the way you say it, I think it's more like narrow and a bit taller.
Ah. And no, I do not think you have seen me before.
Where could I have seen you? That's it, you look a bit like that actor bloke.
Yes, I've heard about that.
Apparently he's doing well now. He used to just do, poetry readings and stuff. But now he's a big name for some reason. I don't know, I don't get up to the
Put on
entertainment
the
quarter.
hat, Cornelius.
The hat?
Never mind her.
Oh, I could never do that to a lady on my boat. Yeah, you're spitting it. Well, not spitting it, but he looks a little bit like you. He's an elf, though.
So I've heard.
Wait, does Zarzul actively have Cornelius's hat?
No, I have it.
He has a replica.
No, the fake one.
Yeah, he's got a replica. He's got merchandise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
I lean over and whisper, Zarzul, can I borrow Cornelius's fake hat?
Did you bring your head on a trip, or did you leave it at the inn?
Of course, I didn't bring Cornelius's fake hat with me.
Aww.
I put on a little bowl.
Aww. Right, Rain is making a pouty face.
I put the.
I give
fake
him a
bowler
quiet
on
thumbs
Rain.
up on the bowler. he chose the best hat to bring them.
I don't think I
easier
can roll pickpocket to get Cornelius's hat back.
Can we enchant his hat so it can also produce mice? That would be amazing.
I mean, it's pretty easy. Just send them down an alley and it'll start producing mice. The frogs will be trickier. I mean, if you want, you could try to pickpocket them. It's just be careful.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, no, I don't think I'm going to do that.
I do have fireball.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, no, I don't think I'm going to do that.
You're also on a wooden platform.
Also, I don't think he's actually recognizing Cornelius from the play, but he knows the act before he started playing Cornelius. So the hat probably wouldn't do anything at this point. But that's just my knowledge rather than what I'm spreading around.
Well, thanks for the insight there.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to be saying that in character in a fucking conversation with this man. Awkwardly, another stretch of time passes by. Siegfried, you do in fact catch a fish. It's a little tiddler. It's only about, from fingertip to the base of palm. But the blokes tell you, yeah, that's okay eating. I mean, it's only a snack, that one, but usually they have a couple of them on bread.
I keep trying.
As the ferry clunks into the harbour.
Ah, damn it. Okay. I thank them and grab my fish and return.
Tell you what. Let's see here. Caught this on the other side. You might as well have a bit of a pairing. The fish he gives you, it's about sort of twice the height, but it's still about the same size, But it looks like it's got a bit more meat on it. There you go. That's a sparing for you.
Yep, you have a good day.
Cheers enough. Oh, my rod. Lou?
I
Yeah, but
giving his rod back.
Yeah, return the rod.
Yeah. It's important to note these things. And you find yourselves back in the city of Raxis. You take in a deep breath of air, and holy fuck, they've done a lot of fishing lately. It is rich in the air. There's also quite a lot of salt. Then there's the smell from the tannery mixing in. And then there's just a general filth of sweaty working people. Civilization again. Not to mention the slowly building damp smell of rotting garbage, but seeping and slurshing against the harbour.
Well, it's nice to be back. Somewhat. I say we get back to the place of habitation and figure out what to do next.
Sure, it hasn't burned down.
Might have another
Zazzle
hole in
wants to stop by the market just on the way back, see if he can pick up some milk or something to help Malgurn out.
It's easy enough. There's quite a few. It's still pretty early in the day, so the market is quite bustling. Only a couple of the decorated kobolds are marching around now, and they're not really spending a whole lot. They seem to be putting more effort into turning their nose up this time. But it's easy enough for you to get supplied for a couple of copper.
Okay. Now, on the other thought I've had, would it be possible to look around the more, I guess, upmarket magic? Well, I don't even know whether it'd be upmarket, but magic item areas, and look for a ring of animal speech. I know we have one, but I have a feeling Malgurn's probably going to need one.
You could just share.
Yeah, we don't need to.
Yeah, you don't need to bind to it, I think.
But if you want to go up market, you know where the Fuggleclump's compound is.
But I have a feeling animal speech ring is probably above. Well, not above, but they're above that, as it were. But yeah, maybe around that area.
Well, yeah, you hit it up. Again, the compound is bustling as always. There's a lot of singe marks. There's a couple of guys getting hosed down with pressurized water.
Always a good sign.
There is the scent of very burned hair. But also cheers, and some of the most scorched ones are actually getting lifted up by their fellows and cheered on.
Oh, it's been a most excellent day, friends.
Oh, hello there. Are you a customer?
I'm hoping to be, as long as you have what I'm looking for.
No, we'll see. We'll see. What are you in the neighborhood of? Is he, this halfling or gnome actually puts his hand on your back, leads you along?
I'm actually looking for a ring of animal speech.
Oh, so you're just looking for. Does it have to be a ring?
Not necessarily. What do you have something in mind?
Might do. Rings are usually like bigger things we do here. Hang on, I'll have a wee look around for you, mate. You've got spending money, yeah?
I have some. I may have to go pick it up, but
I mean, it's
I've
not.
only just got back into town.
All right. Well, let's see. It's not a huge level spell. It's actually quite common among the nature types. Then again, those are the hardest ones to sort of bash into a solid form. And again, some of them get a bit arsey about it. Yeah, we might have one in stock. It won't be a ring now. Pretty sure it won't be a ring. Could be a ring, but it probably won't be. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment. As he just enters into the large factory place, you can hear so many strange noises. And you see one gnome come out at the same time another one passes in, and you see his leather belt just sort of melting into water. It just drops around him before forming into a puddle.
Oh dear, is it meant to do that?
At the moment it is, yeah. I'll do something with it.
Excellent.
The moment it's only got a bit of use in the dance hall. But I'll get it working. Don't touch it.
Yes. May be very useful for wet.
I just don't put a finger in it. I think. Maybe that would help it actually. As he just looks you over for a second and you feel you're being looked at like a tool. But not, someone dumb, but as an instrument. No, it wouldn't be any good, If only it was a dragon. Anyway, see. But you're standing there for a few more minutes. A few more pass by. Some are smoking. Some are literally smoking. One of them has an arm made entirely out of smoke that just seems to keep itself in the frame of a hand. You can see individual fingers. You can see the joints. But it is just billowing smoke contained. And you see this great golden band around where his rest of his arm would be, or sort of at the elbow. And then the one who ushered you in returns. Alright, I've got a necklace. It has friendship and animal speech. Twice a day.
Useful. Oh, nice.
1,500 though.
1,500.
Yeah. That's in gold, of course.
Maybe a little bit more than I was hoping for, yes.
Yeah, like I said, it's a bit hard to get the nature ones bashed in,
Yeah. No worries.
If you
Nothing
want,
else?
you could put down a commission if you want.
How much would it be just for the animal friend? No, not animal friend.
It'd be less than that. I mean, still be a bit, but if you can source the materials, so get a nice ring for a good example, we could bash one in. Probably take a wee bit, because we usually get the apprentices to have a go on it, and then bit of back and forth. Sometimes I get it wrong, but we always deliver a product. But that would probably run you more sort of the 700, maybe less actually. Yeah, because we're trimming out the overspell, providing the materials. Probably about 6, maybe 550.
Okay, I shall keep that in mind. Thank you, good sir.
All right. Do you want to put a name down or anything?
No, I'll see. Maybe I'll be able to find something somewhere else. But
Okay.
it was good to know how much I'm looking at.
Oh,
Thank
if you want to talk about this with anyone, all the dealers here, as he points to his shoulder, and you can see he's got this stitched-in blue patch with the Fuggle crest on it, which I'm not describing right now because fuck you all.
Yep.
But yeah, just approach any of us that has one of these on us, and we'll be able to sell with you.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, good sir.
No worries, on your way. Just for your own safety, of course.
Yep. Without getting scorched and start heading my way back home.
Yes, avoiding the puddle of leather. One of Waterdeep's more popular fest halls. So, how about the rest of yous? We've had a Zarzul excursion. And for once he didn't spend your money.
Head home and cook us 2 fish. At least slightly cook us 2 fish.
How about the rest of you? Any diversions, or are you just heading straight home?
I'm at home trying to figure out what to do with this
No, you're not yet.
newfound thing.
Not home yet. But
You're not home just yet.
Yeah.
Castalia, Rain, Cornelius, you all just heading home?
Yeah, I think so.
What time is it?
Sort of mid-morning, getting near noon.
Dinya home.
Because, I mean, you guys are just looking up at where the sun is currently and the activity around. Yeah. Still not lunchtime yet.
Can I pick up some supplies on the way back? Something along the line of meat and a few fresh veggies and stuff for the meals.
I'll set you. You're thinking like a couple of days worth?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, you're probably set back about 10 silver then. Because you're getting a decent variety for 6 people. 7 actually. And then 2 animals.
Yep.
Plus probably a bit of haulage for the horses. Yeah, about 10 silver. You also then have to pay an extra 5 silver for someone to help you carry it all. Because all the rest of the group are just heading to the main street while you've been running back and forth on these errands.
Yep.
And you're thinking about how Castalia has the gauntlets but would help you lug all this. And they don't really do bags back then.
Neither
You're expected to have your own basket.
neither paper nor plastic.
So you could either hire, what do they call them again? Oh, fuck.
Porters.
Haulers?
Porters.
Porters, yeah.
Nah, there's an older name for it. I'm trying to think now, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, basically the porter equivalent. Or you could just borrow someone's wooden cart for a little fee.
Oh, you could also just return back to the inn and ask someone to help you before you start going.
There's also that. Or you could just call for people to for solidarity, to unite in this common plight of one poor kobold and his wolf. You're also realizing now that you commissioned an armor set for Wolfgang, which would have been handy because it
Yep.
probably would have had pockets on it.
Yes. Actually, I could go pick that up now.
While you're heading for that, then
pick up the food.
we'll deal with the rest of the people. You head past the market. It's starting to become a bit more familiar now as you guys step along the streets and see familiar signage. You're starting to see, yeah, it was that white-haired old man who ran that store. Yeah, I recognized those kids before a couple of days ago. Not a whole lot of distinctive traffic, just the general group and mingle of people. Then through the gates into your quarter. And as you start passing through some buildings, there is raucous noise. There is clattering. There is clinking. There is splashing. And as you get round the corner a little bit, you see your home. your ill-purchased place, where it had windows. It didn't have a door, but it had windows. 2 of those are now boarded up. Also, there's about 15 different people passed out in front of it. You can see through the remaining windows, but there are people dancing about. And as you look around, you get the feeling... Did they try to reopen while you were gone? Because it seems like this is very active. It's more active than the other bars that are nearby.
Damn it, Megran.
No. Let's see how much he's made before we yell.
Nice.
Well,
You
how
know
much do you
what?
make?
You know what? I'm just gonna go for a little walk.
I'm going to join you with the owl
Oh.
bear because I don't want to know what's going on.
No. I just need to be alone for a little bit.
So do I stay with the others?
No, you're probably going with me. That's fine, Drew.
Okay.
We'll go get some fresh breakfast.
As you just walk across the square into the quiet tavern, but still only serving porridge right now. It's very...
Yeah.
It's just got a couple of regulars and no one else.
Yeah.
Mate, you look like you just walked out of that place across the street.
I didn't. I just arrived at it, but yes. It's been a long couple of days.
I've seen you come out of there before.
Yes. I own that place.
I'm almost tempted not to serve you now. You've stole most of my fucking business. But, no hard feelings. As long as you're willing to put coin down.
I certainly am.
Fair enough. And yeah, he serves you a simple bowl of porridge, glass of a very weak ale, but you know, it's sustenance.
Certainly better than the rations we've been living off the last couple of days.
Well, not by much. It's not a very upmarket place, this, but it's sustaining. Something that's not been salted hugely. Now, there's the 3 of you who are still standing, well, 4 of you actually, who are still standing outside of your home. It's...
Jern,
It is
What?
full activity.
go find your buddy and find out why our house has turned into a bordello again.
Oh yeah, maybe he has something to drink. I go to find Megran.
As you stomp on up and push the door open, you push also about 3 different people out of the way who are currently in some sort of tryst. But as you look around, it's a bar. It is a heavy-duty bar right now. There is new furniture you did not have in. You can see your nice family table with the chairs and all off to one corner, pushed away and covered with a tarp, partially. You see a full bar counter that's in here somehow. There is all manner of chairs. There's about 15 different makes of chair in here. There are assorted planks, pallets, and spools and tables, all just gathered around, although most of them are broken now. There's a whole sort of sheen on the floor that was not there, and you realize, oh, that's a lot of spilled drinks. You're hoping it's just a lot of spilled drinks. There was bits of a banister on the 2nd floor. Those are gone. It's completely gone. It's been replaced by people who are not moving all that much, but drooling plentifully. There's almost a partial curtain of various drips from tankards, from glasses, from mouths, just coming from the 2nd floor landing.
I'm almost proud.
And you see behind the bar you in a bigger buffer form. You also see Karen walking around waiting tables, but she's also got a bloodied club strapped to her hip. You also see a lot of other women who are dressed much like Karen was during the show. But they all seem to be they seem to be waiting tables or drinking themselves into a stupor rather than shyly going upstairs for a bit of coin. There's a lot of people in here. You saw about 15 waiting outside. This place is capacity in a bit. And about slightly more than half are still mobile.
Maker just made a fantasy version of Hooters.
Possibly.
Oh, give him credit for certainly hustling.
And his laugh is going right up over the din of the noise. Malgern, you're home.
Yes, I am.
Well, you realize you haven't even picked out a room yet.
I picked this one.
There's also a yell over from the left, and then a loud thud.
A thud.
A thud.
I look in the direction of the thud.
I mean, what you see is just a lot of people, and then there's the open area where the kitchen is. You can't see around the corner, though.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm gonna go around the corner.
As you walk in, you see about 4 or 5 people who are just sort of slumped in pain. And then you look up and see that there is no ceiling on this bit, but there is much higher up. And on the wall is an open door. High up in the air.
I just remembered that part.
Wait. I don't think I fully understand what's going on
There's
here.
no floor in the room above. They opened the door and they went into the abyss.
Man, this bathroom shite. I think I broke my dick.
This is different.
I've got a splinter in me nostril. Fuck.
Man, I'm glad the class action lawsuits doesn't exist in this world.
Just think, you've been gone for a few days.
Yeah, what would he have done if we'd been gone for like 2 weeks? Holy crap.
We were only gone for a few days, and what a few days it should have been.
I think you would have started a franchise. And the 3 of you are still standing out there.
I kind of enter in and I go around behind the bar. So, this is a thing.
It's a rainy day! Welcome! Welcome to the bar of the heroes of Van Dalen! And there is a huge fucking cheer from everyone in the bar who's conscious. Pufflesworth shits.
I pick him up.
He is
Said the
shivering.
thing.
I pick him up for cuddling.
He said the thing.
It's a little disconcerting as you bring him up to cuddle, but then you see his head turn right around to look out at all the people. And then there's just a big clatter on the bar, and you can see a big foaming tankard put down right beside you. The owners drink free, of course. Welcome!
You've been busy.
I have worked my feet off. See?
Oh, that was a good one. Okay, I'll give you credit for that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
He also looks like he's been enjoying the owners drink free policy a bit.
No doubt.
Yes, but we still haven't discovered how much he's made.
You do see behind the bar, there's an assortment of lockboxes.
God.
Holy crap.
I go up the stairs to check on the rooms.
That's the other thing Rain is worried about, but she's not sure what to do yet.
Let's actually go to the house. That's all right. I haven't filled it
There-
with tokens or anything, but it's just for the it's just for the disposition of it.
There are two places we should check immediately: the housing and downstairs.
Yeah.
So for remembrance, this bit's the second floor down here.
Do I have to clarify why?
No, it's just that we have first floor and
No,
second
it's
floor.
just Discord being bad.
Now we just wait for her to get back.
Yeah.
Yep. Can you hear us now?
No, I can.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just pointing out we got your message. We can hear us. I'm just pointing out where the second floor is.
Ah,
That's all.
but yes, the two places we should be checking are the rooms upstairs and the room downstairs.
I mean, the only one you'd probably be telling this to would be Siegfried if he followed.
Siegfried's heading for the kitchen. I have fish and needs cooking.
You
It's
s-
free.
You step over two of the drunks. Castalia, you're kind of left alone here.
I'm going upstairs to check those rooms first.
All right.
Because something tells me if that writing desk is injured in any way, this entire house is going to be destroyed.
I believe this one. Let's see here. This one here was Cornelius's room. I think that's the one he claimed. Who claimed the other two, though?
I think Castalia also took one of the rooms. And then I'm going to assume Rain as well.
Probably, yeah, that sounds like me, because I have Pufflesworth.
I almost imagine that Sasu would have taken the basement to sleep in with. Since it's nice,
Yeah,
cold,
I
and
would've just-
rocky.
Either that or the kitchen and just crawled up underneath the vent or something.
Wow, you guys live like
Luckily,
kings. Then Siegfried would have been on the first floor then. Unless he wanted to sleep up in the attic. But yeah, you
The
check.
moment the stable's looking very nice.
There is no stable, it's just a backyard. The horses get shelter just because there's a couple of buildings built over. But yeah, you take a look and you can see that the door is closed to Cornelius' room.
No.
There's quite a few drunks gathered around it, including, like, it's a fairly even mix of gender, surprisingly.
At least we did buy the bed.
Oh man, imagine that, his fancy bed used by the ordinaries. But yeah, as you try the handle, it's locked.
Let's hope that it's locked because it was intelligent to lock our room.
Does have a keyhole if you want to peek in.
I don't think we had any keys for the doors.
Nah, sure you guys bought the doors.
Yeah, we bought the store.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear us, Pio?
Cornelius, don't you remember locking a room as you left?
It's one of. Well, I mean, I would imagine he would because he doesn't want people messing
Yeah.
with his stuff. But
Exactly.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah, you guys would have bought and locked doors because the rest of the building is so big.
it's just
Yeah.
one of those things that. It's just one of those things. Is that something the DM have wanted to have specified and is now doing something with, or is it just something he assumed?
Nah, it's just internal locks were a lot more common
Yeah.
back then.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just saying from the terms of D&D purposes.
But yeah, I was giving you the option you could look inside the keyhole.
I do.
As you give it a peer, you can see that the desk is there. It doesn't look like it's been marked at all. And as you get a very narrow field, it looks like nobody's in there.
Alright, I then take a look at the keyhole on his door.
Doesn't look scuffed.
No scratches?
No scratches.
Then no one's tried it.
And you notice that goes the same for your room, thankfully, and also Rain's.
Very good.
Of course, you know which door is open as you look across and you see another drunk stagger heading for what he thinks is the washroom. Ah! Freed, you don't even jump at that as you continue to sizzle your fish.
We need
Yep.
to lock that door. Or at least board it up.
Part of me is tempted to write "Do not enter" on the front with charcoal. The other part of me is tempted to write "Free beer inside."
Be honest, do not enter will probably work just as well.
I forgot. Were both of the rooms down on this side that way, or just the one?
Let's see. Your room has a hole in the floor.
Yeah.
This top one has a hole in the floor that leads into this one, but it's not the whole floor. It has made you a little bit paranoid when Pufflesworth is in the room with you.
Well, yeah, but that's easy to work around by putting things up around it.
Yep. So where do you go next, Castalia?
Well, now it'll be to heading downstairs to where the hidden chamber was, where we keep the chest.
Okay, as you head down, you walk into the kitchen where Malgern is still there, along with a bunch of whimpering pain drunks, and Siegfried cooking fish on the stove. You managed to walk past Rain, who's cradling her Pufflesworth while also having a big tankard beside her, and Megrin just yelling loudly. There's also a greeting nod of a head and wink from Karen as you walk past.
Mm-hmm.
But no one else actually gives you a whole lot of notice at first. Probably you get the feeling they were here the day before. Most of this drunken crowd has probably not just arrived today, considering your form. But as you head down the stairs, you start to hear the splash of water.
Oh no.
Yeah, you do see one of them. He's against the left wall. Although he's doing it in such a drunken, rotten state, he's hunched forward, pressing shoulders against the wall, head down, and his arms hanging limp to the point that his tankard is sort of swaying into the stream now and again.
Oh no.
It's a horrible image, isn't it?
I think I chose the right decision of just getting to breakfast before doing all this.
Yeah, Droop squeezed out a little blob of honey on his porridge. Well, Pio? You don't have to deal with him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna deal with that.
So what are you going to do?
I guess I'm gonna wait till closing time.
Okay, so you just walk back up.
Yeah.
As you get to the kitchen, one of the drunks has finally managed to get past the pain as he sort of sits up a bit. As he looks at you, he spits in hand, draws it up across his hair to streak it back. Hello there, lovely.
Goodbye.
What? No, come on.
And then I make my way to Megrin.
Did you see the look she gave me? Fucking sizzling. She's had more than we have, though. She must have stuck her head in the hedgerow. Yeah, and you get to the bar, where Rain is there. So's Megrin. So there's a lot of people cajoling for more drinks. The whistles and the leering start because these ones aren't quite as shit-faced as the rest. Aye. Show. Hang on. Show respect. This is one of the hostesses of the establishment. Shush! Shut the fuck up or I'll cut yous off. Ah, I got yous. Hello.
How did you manage all this?
What? Oh, the bar! The business!
Yes.
Yes! So, fuck, is that my glass? That is my glass. Hang on. As he just necks down the tankard he served Rain. So, like, first day was fun. We played cards, we kicked back. Oh, we brought Frida. Frida's here as well. Where's Frida? But yeah, having a break because we lost performers who do the illusions and the stage. So, we had time off. First fucking time. Next day. Next day was when people started showing up, asking about the show. We got to talking about how this was the home of the heroes of Van Dalen. And then we talked you lot up. I think I did. Maybe it was Karen. No, I did anyway. And then they brought up the idea of, heroes like to make bars. And then we made a bar.
Yes, I've noticed. I'm just wondering.
We haven't closed since we started. It's been amazing.
How did you afford this?
Well, I mean, we borrowed a wee bit. Not from yous. Nope, don't worry. All that money was for the rent, you said, so it's fine. But we met the bloke who owns the place. The guy you're renting it from, Jeffrey's a wee bloke. Shifty fucker. We said we could turn this place into a bar for a bit. Just a little bit. And it's handy because there was a bar around the corner that's fucking dead. Like, apparently some dude got killed and his family too. So there was all this beer and all this bar not going to use. Now, it's a sad story, but that makes it tragic. So we took all the beer and all the wine and gave it a nice, warm family home so it could get past the mourning phase and no longer be depressed about all the death. And then we took the bar. Then also we took the chairs, the tables, and then we sort of went upstairs and took the chairs and tables from there as well, and also some shelves, and got a new bed. But the main thing is, we've got a bar.
Alright, and this has been cleared with the landlord?
Oh yeah, his idea. He owned the other place. No one to pay rent there, so it was all going to shit.
And how much of a percentage is he taking?
It's numbers. I'm not good with numbers.
Oh, no.
Hang on.
Very big numbers?
Hang on, I can get better with numbers. Where's my tankard? He just pours himself out a bigger one. Alright, that's one. Okay. He taken more than that, so I need to get another one. As he necks that and then pours out another one. 3. Right. Nah, he's got more than that. I think it was 10%, he said.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Unless it was 100.
Is that bad?
Wait, no. No, not 10. Were we getting 10? Is that how it was? No, we wouldn't have gone for that. Something like... Oh, fuck, it's... Karen! She slowly comes across. She is all smiles and cheers. She greets you two happily. She ignores Megrin as he keeps on bellowing for her as if she's in somewhere else in the house.
Better than performing the play, after all, then.
Well, I have a lot of fun being a warrior and all that there. I mean, I like being a dancer too. I mean, you should get up on stage with us sometime.
Well, I'm always happy to learn more new steps.
Oh, what a lovely wee fella. Can I? Or does he bite? Or peck, I suppose.
Right now, he's a bit terrified. It's a bit loud.
Oh, you
Normally,
poor
if
wee
it-
baby.
If it's quieter, you could pet him and he'd be okay. But he's very very nervous right now.
Oh, well, you can go up and up to your room. That's still fine. We fixed the hole as well.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it's so we couldn't look up because we were staying in that room below it. So I wouldn't put any weight on it, but it means, we weren't seeing up into your stuff.
Well, it makes it harder for Pufflesworth to fall down.
Maybe, like I said, and we're not really sure. We sort of had to nail it from below, so...
Oh.
Well, if we nail it from up top too and put another plank on top, that might work.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Were you at the business proceedings for when this bar opened?
Oh, it had to be. He's fucking terrible with contracts and forms.
Do you know the percent the proprietor is taking?
Oh, he said he's taking about 40. But I mean, look at look what we've raked in.
Yeah.
I'm still honestly surprised.
I've got
Yeah,
to say,
same here. I'm okay with it.
I've got to say, you lot sell.
Apparently, we do.
It's a shame the two of you weren't up on the stage show as well. Horny girl here, she'd get us a fortune.
Well, we've been adding to the story, so who knows? We might get another second edition.
Oh, but you don't have that Kendra girl. I'd have to get recast. I'm not sure I could do you. I'm not really like the educated type.
Don't sell yourself short.
See, wouldn't Cornelius love to be here right now to retort?
I don't think he would be paying much attention. I think he would just look around horrified.
I couldn't really pass. I couldn't really pass for a pointy ear.
Neither could
Well, I'm
she.
only half pointy ear.
Tiefling, though, I mean, I could do the body paint and the horns would be terrible. Oh, they'd never sit right. Tail would be fun, though. Probably get a cotton Megrin's stump now and again.
And whose idea was the bar? Or was that a joint project?
Oh, did he not tell you a big story about it? And she recounts exactly the same tale in exactly the same way because you get the feeling they are drinking buddies.
It sounds like a community project.
Oh, that's a
Fair
really
enough.
good idea now, isn't it? Look at this. I never thought I could run a business.
I tell you what, this is working pretty good.
Oh, we'll have to pack up though since you let her back, right?
Well, I don't think we can do 24/7 operations anymore, but I wouldn't object to the idea of having the bar here.
I don't think we could either. We're nearly gone through our supply. Because we only got what was in that other tavern.
We can buy more.
Oh no.
Well, see, then we'd have to get a supplier and all, and the shifty wee one, he had ideas for where we could get it from, but I'm guessing there's going to be a bigger markup.
Oh yeah, no, you wouldn't want to get it from where he is.
Then he's also the one who's given us sort of, license to run.
I look over at Castalia. Do you think this is a project that we could work on? See if we can get this running for a bit while we're here?
Possibly, but we need to know how much has been consumed already and make a judgment before talking with the supplier. It would
True.
definitely help.
Well, you see those free kegs? That's what we've got left.
How much should we start with?
Yeah.
Well, follow me. as she casually leads you out from the back door, as she swats at a few of the hands we're trying to grab for Castalia as well. Not all are blokes, but they're all treated just the same as she whacks them with the club. You dirty bastards. Yeah, out the back door, and it is stacked to the second floor.
Oh dear.
It's quite the pyramid.
How many are on the base?
You're looking at about 14 or so. Mind you, that's because we had a big party to begin, the big opening night. Then, of course, we didn't really get round to closing because Megrid, he could just keep going. I mean, he can also just keep going, but he can also run a bar. She is
They went
grinning
through
ear to ear at
105
this.
kegs.
She has to do the math, of course.
Yeah, that's why I asked for the base. And I know if it was 10, it would be 55, and then I just have to count up, but,
If we get in touch with a supplier real quick.
I mean, I think that wee bloke was the supplier.
Yes, but I think we want another supplier. One that's not going to charge us an arm and a leg for the booze and then double dip and then double dip.
Mm. So, how was the little adventure? You lot really need to get a bard so you can just recount this stuff so I can get another stage show.
We rescued a group of folks who were about to be sacrificed.
We met them! Adagun brought them round. Adagun?
Mm-hmm.
Adagun. Adagun.
Adagun.
Goon. Gotcha. Yeah, he brought them round because he thought, this would be a nice place for him to hang out for a day or two, and then he realized what we turned the place into, so he took them somewhere else. He went with that sweet lad, what's his name? Fallowinter. Apparently he's got housing.
Did that, destroyed a blighted tree, killed a bunch of cultists.
Suppose we could get some kids up with an axe. Probably do it blunt though, just, we'll make a wooden tree. We'll make a tree, we'll make a prop tree. Then they can knock it down.
Actually, that could be kind of neat, yeah.
Don't forget you killed some orcs. You could
Oh,
hang
yeah.
out the great axe behind the bar just as a talking point.
Chips in Zarzul as he comes around the corner with two Steve doors behind him. Carrying a full week's supply of various foodstuffs.
I looked to Rain. Do you know how much the take was? How much was made?
Don't know why you looked at Rain for that.
Well, I would assume it would be one of the first questions she'd ask.
I was just standing there looking befuddled.
Well, he did mention that you only saw there was a lot of strong boxes behind him.
Yeah.
I ain't saying she a gold digger, but I don't see her for no broke noble. Wait a minute, we do, daily.
So how much money has the bar taken in?
We haven't gotten round to counting because we've been open the whole time. I figure a lot. We had to buy a couple of boxes to put it all into. Then we had a few bags. We changed the bags out for boxes, of course.
Alright, well, when we finally close to restock tonight, we'll have to take stock.
Okay.
Because I'd like to see this keep going.
Oh,
And if it can pull in a profit, then certainly will.
I'll have to bring in more staff in because, I mean, as I said, we're only really had the time because of, we're changing up the illusionist so we could get different staging and then. But I mean, some of the girls would probably want to stay and then. Yeah, I could probably get some friends to help out.
All right.
And it wouldn't be. I don't think we'd be running 24/7 anymore. We'd have to have a down period too.
Oh yes, of course. I mean, I'm not giving up that role on stage. I like swinging that axe about.
I was about to say, otherwise we're gonna have to find new accommodations. We cannot stay if that's gonna happen every fucking night.
I mean, you know where there's an empty house now.
Yeah.
It was the inn, the tavern where people were murdered. You could always go there. It's bound to be cheaper.
Get a second rental going on, and then we open up a hotel, a Heroes of Van Dalen hotel.
Oh, jeez.
Let's
Make it a
make sure-
brand deal.
Be like a
Let's
Starbucks, there's
sure-
one in every corner.
Let's make sure our bar is making enough money to support it first.
Oh yeah, yeah. First.
This is how I suckered them in. They thought they were going to do a grand political expansion on war. No, no, no. It's business management.
Bar Simulator 2020.
I know your fucking kinks.
I'm talking about franchising here.
I can't help it if I love management games.
Yes,
I
Toad
love it.
Arena.
By the way, there are 155 barrels, and if it's a medium quality ale, that would have spent 525 gold.
That was a good thing to follow that. I like management games. By the way.
200 gold because of a markup.
Oh, so I have to add 200 of that?
No, no, 200 total.
That's cheaper than market price. I will gladly take that.
No, you said they spent 125 gold.
No,
500.
105 barrels
Yeah.
at 5 gold for, I'm assuming is medium quality ale, for 525 total gold.
525,
spent
okay,
for-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you're looking at, 825-ish.
Okay, 625.
We'll also have to work out wages for the staff.
Well, while you figure that out, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Let's figure out how much we took in. We'll wait
Fucking
to do all
hell.
the math until we figure out what we took in.
See, I did this mainly for the amusement factor, audience. I did this for them to turn up and find their place turn into a fucking frat house.
Yeah, except for one of the very first things I said when entering the city was we should go for a method of perpetuating money. And now we have one.
Yeah, Rain had suggested not a bar, but it's something similar. So she's on board with this. She thinks this is fine.
Yeah, if this is turning enough of a profit, yeah, I'm all for it.
Siegfried, give me a survival roll.
Not dexterity?
No, not dexterity, just survival. Yeah. I mean, it's no gourmet food, but these are turning out pretty crispy and nice.
I forgot to take the bone out, didn't I?
Well, it's fish. It's not really an option. But you know the trick. You just slide your fork. Or your spoon in this case. Scoop the meat. Don't pick up a bone. But, you know, it's nice.
Well, I've had fish, but I've had some food, so I might as well grab a drink to go with it, I guess.
Yeah, bellowing out right in front of you from a distance of several inches. Owners drink free! And the tankard is huge and is filled to the sloshing brim.
First question, how does it taste?
A little weak.
Okay, it's drinkable, that's the main thing.
Feels a little distant. Like it's not quite all reaching your tongue.
Did all of those explosions go through our microphone?
Thankfully, no.
Oh, good.
I don't think they're
Something,
loud
but it
enough.
did- Yeah, I heard something, but it just sounded like someone was scoffing about.
Zarzul, you've now arrived to find a place. In a way, it's kind of what you'd always wished for. Until you've forgotten and wished for something else.
I'm gonna.
And Malgurin, you're still in the midst of paradise.
Yeah, I'm like I'm okay with this. I'm 100% okay with what is going on around me right now.
Yes, this is the one who left us and then came back when we got a bar. Yes.
To be fair, he went to find himself and just went on a rip-roaring fucking pub crawl.
So he found himself.
Yeah. He realized what he was, a fucking sponge.
Hey, it's not my fault. I am what I am.
Looking around, I'm gonna put the food I brought into the kitchen, stack that away properly.
I mean, there is the issue of what's in the larder, which is the basement.
Oh no.
It's not a good smell.
Uh,
The fumes are hanging. It's just the one mess, and the guy's still kind of going.
Oh, jeez.
Like, he's stopped, but he's not got the physicality to move out of the position yet.
I'm not gonna
hell.
cook anything for the moment.
There's also this weird smell of fish, and then you look across to see Siegfried's. He was sitting in the kitchen for a bit. There's a plate with some dead fish that he's cooked up and chewed on, and then he's sitting at the bar. It's a fair bit of swirl of activity here.
What's the bite on Siegfried looking like? Can I see what if it's infected or anything?
Not until he gets his shirt off.
I haven't had enough alcohol yet.
I mean, there's plenty of that on the other people if you look around. There's a few bite marks too, but nothing deep and infected.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Siegfried how the bite's healing anyway.
Yeah.
No, I'll lift my shirt and show him.
Looks pretty red.
How does it? Is that infected? Can I roll medicine to see if it's infected?
You can try.
I can roll whether it'll actually be useful or not. So that's
Exactly.
entirely.
Holy hell.
Yeah. It's a bit rough because first of all you're thinking if it's nasty, it's going to be sore. But as you poke about, it's still sore, Siegfried, but it's not because of a wound. It's just as his fucking pointed claw, scaled finger, jabbing you as a little monster pokes at you.
Yep.
But as you're pushing at it, it does feel like it's a bit of a lump. It doesn't look right either. Like you think, like there should be more indication. There should be bruising around it. But it's more just sort of reddish spots and splotches.
Okay. Just to be sure, I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on him.
As you do so, Siegfried, the booze hits you immediately. You drank a lot more, and it's a lot more flavorful than you were expecting.
Oh, good. The Constitution.
Yeah, give me a con save. Actually, you get advantage in this case. Didn't help.
Really help.
Didn't help. You are nicely buzzed.
Hello, friend.
I said buzzed, not fucking zarzled. But yeah, you're feeling good.
Give the bite mark another poke just to see if it changed.
Nah, it's not sore in any unusual way, and you start to see that the red is starting to fade away. The bite's still there, but that'll heal. But you're seeing the splotches start to vanish into the pale, pale skin of a terrified rogue.
Fair enough.
And you figure the marks will heal. They weren't deep enough to leave a big scar, but you know, it's only been a couple of days.
I've heard chicks dig scars, so this is fine.
Yeah. It's certainly healed better than the bite marks he still has on him. As you look at various ghoul imprints and also the big dark dog.
Oh, that was before I could heal. Not my fault.
I mean, it was before you were in the group as well, the first bunch.
Yeah.
So, who wants to go next? I know a PO is just arranging her paperwork here.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm arranging for that.
Setting
I'm
up
trying to make sure
spreadsheets.
Puffle's rest doesn't freak out.
Oh, jeez. What have you done for this?
I wander over to Malgern and hand him a bottle of milk.
It's not the
I don't really say anything. I just kind of nod politely.
it's not the most common chaser.
No, I'm pretty sure I know what it's for, but I don't say anything for. I don't want Rain or Castelia to hear.
What, that you're taking care of it?
Well, no, she already scolded me. I'm not scolded.
Thought a name for it yet?
Yeah, I do have some names, but I don't know.
Would you like to roll a nerd cube and decide?
No, we don't know what gender it is.
Yeah, a bit early for it.
Yeah, so I'm kind of holding off on that. But I do have some names in mind.
I think it's that Malgern doesn't want to show his softer side.
Yeah.
He doesn't want people to know.
That underneath
There's
all
that.
that beard and gristle, he's a big, soft nuggety of a guy.
Only because it's a lot like me.
That he's bottle feeding a kitten. Big tough Malgern. The biggest who's right now.
I just want to picture this thing like the kitten in my dwarf's hands like that. That's gotta look weird.
Oh, well, as you settle down to feed it, finding a quiet corner, you do notice it's filling up a lot more of your hand now, and the eyes are open.
Yay!
Solid black.
Oh.
I don't know if that's normal.
It looks a bit bigger. It looks more developed. You can see it's starting to get that sort of fuzz on it.
Don't worry, it's going to get cuter when you try and feed it. You do realise
Okay.
I've given you a large bottle, so you're going to have to dip your finger in and let it suck the milk off.
The problem is he's dwarf, so that finger's fucking huge.
I know, it's going to be a big kitten at some point.
Like even the pinky is probably bigger than the thumb of a normal human. Especially if it was a Warhammer
dwarf's
dwarf.
hands are huge.
Yep.
In comparison.
Yep.
You might have to borrow someone. There's a drunk passed out. Just grab his hand.
I'm sure I could find some implement or something.
Back end of a spoon or something.
Yeah, like we got something around the house. I don't have to use my.
Take a bit of cloth, dip that
Or
in
do I?
dip that in milk, so I can suck on the cloth.
Call for Droop.
Yeah, Droop will help.
Yeah, you could summon a fish for you. You could use the fish.
Oh god.
He just needs to use one of the drunks.
Oh no.
But yeah, it's not hard to get it to feed anyway once you find the required implement. It's hungrily sucking up the milk. Well,
Sure.
lapping it up. It's not really looking around with any kind of recognition of things. It's not mobile.
Yeah. Still young, very young.
But it is a weightier pink lump.
That's good. That means it's gaining weight. Gaining weight is good.
Yeah. Can't fucking believe it, two of the party members just working up her business plan.
Oh yeah, you can hear a keyboard. Let me see. No, she's actually not. Believe it or not. I just checked. That was
I know how to
pretty
stop
easily.
them. I know how to stop them both in their tracks. You've got to name the bar.
Oh no.
There we go. But business needs a name after all.
Actually, that's simple. We
got-
know what's bringing everybody here. It's the Heroes of Van Dalen.
It's got to be catchy, though. Can't just be the Heroes of Van Dalen. That's the name of a play. That's going to be a
No.
trademark infringement. Even though it's you.
The tavern in Van Dalen.
Well,
How about we go
it's the-
simple? The hero's in.
There are so many
No, we can
lawsuits
have
you
a
get from
sign,
every
whether
major
we're
city.
in or out.
Yeah, there are much better ones like that.
So who should we go to next? Who's got a thing they want to do? This is up to you guys here.
I'm guessing it's about time that Cornelius heads back.
Well, I mean, the owner looks at you, says, "If you want, I can fill that up for you. But are you walking home tonight or riding?" It's just a bowl of porridge he's looking at.
I'm walking. I don't have far. Thanks for everything, and I'll leave a couple of extra silver pieces.
No worries, no worries. Lucky bastard. Yeah, you might want to take your son by the doctor as well. He looks a bit green. Just pulling his hat down over his ears. It looms ahead of you, Cornelius.
Hmm?
This looks... Well, as you get out of the bar, you look at your home. And you're thinking, man, this looks very familiar. This looks like so many different places that you've seen your brother in.
Yeah.
Just with less women hanging out of the windows.
And I walk out into the door. So who can I see? Are they all in the back right now, still doing counting, or?
I think Castelli and Rain are still at the back, pondering out the business along with Karen. At the bar, there is Megrin, Zarzul, and Siegfried. And Malgern's probably in the kitchen. Wolfgang is going to the room. And there's a few barks, and you see a man with his trousers by his ankles running out. Who takes a quick swig from his tankard before he drops it.
I don't remember owning that.
But yeah, the place is full of people apart from that.
I walk up to the bar. So, I can see things have happened.
He excitedly recounts the full tale while also slamming a huge tankard down in front of you and a very small fruit punch in front of Droop.
At least he's considerate.
It's just crushed fruit. I did not put anything else in.
Very considerate of you, Macron. So, I'm going to assume that no one has been up in the rooms.
No, of course not. Just the common area for the bar and the washrooms.
Okay.
Oh, Frida did go into Siegfried's room. I think she's still in there.
When did you last see her?
Only... Is it day outside?
Yes.
Oh yeah, then not long.
I gotta go to the room he was suggesting was Siegfried's room just to check that there's not a dead person laying in there.
What, you really... Yeah, as you go there, it's locked, of course.
I gotta knock the door. Anyone okay in there?
Oh, yes, sorry.
It's fine.
Occupied, I suppose.
It's fine.
Luckily, only one voice answers.
It's fine. Sorry to bother you.
Oh, it's okay.
Say, where are the rest?
I mean, Megrid just gestures to the three at the bar. Well, two at the bar. Is there more?
I'm cleaning up the kitchen at this point and downstairs as well.
Wolfgang is very grumpy as he stays to the far end of the dungeon basement. Just trying to be somewhere where it's cool and quiet.
Okay.
Since everyone has claimed his balcony. Oh! The ladies out the back.
Okay. Say, did any carpenters come by during while we were gone?
Only drinkers, no tradesmen. And you did notice the hole was indeed still in the roof.
So, how's business?
Fucking amazing! I never knew running a bar could be so much fun. I always thought it was more fun to be on this side, on that side of the bar, where you are. As he just shoveled, necks down another fucking tankard. But being behind is also good.
I see. All right. Well, how are you doing? How are you doing, Siegfried?
Pretty good.
Yeah, somehow you actually look
I'm
better.
working on the drink in front of me at the moment, but otherwise, pretty good today.
He's a little red in the face, a little bit.
Yeah, you somehow actually look like you have color in your face. Good to see.
All it took was alcohol, the solution to his problems. Also, maybe some little monster creature.
And I'm gonna head up to the back.
Where you see Castalia and Rain probably with fucking clipboards and itemized lists.
Yeah, pretty much.
Somehow a Rolodex has
Probably.
appeared there.
We have out the abacus.
No, you have to
Changed
fucking pay
into
for
a
that.
more-
That's expensive. What were you saying, Botch?
No, it didn't say anything.
Was it
Yeah,
webgun?
I
Didn't
think
it?
that was me.
One of the brothers chipped in there to say something.
No, I think Rain was about to say something.
Okay.
Yeah, that was me. More.
Ooh.
Oh boy, that was some opening.
Oh dear.
No, it's okay. It's gone now.
Yeah, because you sound fine, Scotch.
Yeah, it's a momentary flutter. All right.
Anyway,
Yeah. Back to bar manager.
so any of you ladies know how long this is gonna last?
We were just determining if it should last longer.
Why?
Did you happen to see the amount of lockboxes they had?
No, there is a legless giant standing in the way.
Apparently, they've been running the bar for 3 days and consumed over 105 kegs of ale. Depending on how much they've made, this may take care of any of our financial troubles.
Okay, but where are we supposed to be staying?
The upper floors haven't been touched.
Yes, I noticed.
We need to temporarily fix that.
Zazzle has picked up a board and a few nails and the hammer is heading upstairs.
Unfortunately, you arrived too late to save the last two. They go out together in each other's arms, necking.
I mean, at this point, it should be a soft cushion to considering all the other people laying there.
Fuck, I think I went inwards. Oh, fuck, it's got a right angle on it.
Oh,
Good luck, bro.
You're saying this has gone on for 3 days. And you.
Yes.
How are we supposed to be staying here? It's constant noise.
We are the owners.
Yes.
Therefore, we can say when it is closing time.
Oh, good.
Which means we're going to set operating hours. Assuming once we look at everything, we can set operating hours. And we can work out how profitable the businesses could be.
And to think, Castadio was asking if I was going to make a business, and it turns out you two are the ones who's going to make a business here.
Well, if it's
Well,
successful.
We can always stock your wine.
I don't think he wants his wine in this kind of place.
I mean, it's been its current location lately. The last bottle was given as a freebie.
Yeah.
There's still some death wine around.
Somewhere. Oh yeah, I have the skin because we used one of the bottles as a Molotov cocktail. Well, I'll let you figure out where are we going to place all of the items we've acquired.
I
guess-
haven't been able to go and check to see if the chest is alright.
Why?
Someone is creating a fountain there.
I mean, you could have used your shape water cantrip to freeze it.
The man is doing his business.
He would have
There are
stopped
certain
very
lines
suddenly.
you do not- There are certain lines you do not cross.
Could have also reversed the flow. Make an image of it.
All right, well, then I'm gonna go take a look, and then I'm probably gonna.
I would bring Droop and have prestidigitation ready.
Well, you figure this out. I'm probably gonna bring the wedding dress to the Foggle Clumps. See if they can figure out who belong to. Alongside with the magic ring. It was magic, right? The wedding ring.
Yeah. Sure, you identified it.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember if it was magic or not. Just walk towards the basement.
As you go to the back door, you get sort of elbowed aside by a couple of very big, loudish looks. You're stomping past. Away, mate. We're on the pull. As they come round the corner, Terrain and Castalia. Hello, ladies.
I facepalm.
Oh, don't worry about that. Headache? I know a perfect solution for that. A little booze.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's alright. I fancy the other one with the flowers.
No.
I haven't offered anything yet. But I was gonna offer you a drink. I'll pay for it and all.
No.
Oh, see that? She wants to move up to something a bit better. Tell you what, we'll go to my place. It's just down the street. The wife's out.
Why would we leave our own establishment?
Well, I mean, I'm not that bad looking. And to his credit, he's not. He's not great, but he's a solid 7. Decent bit of muscle mass. The hair's pretty trim. He looks a little, he's sozzled. No one looks at their best when sozzled.
I don't think we got a date your NPC callers.
Well, the point was I was waiting to hear a rebuff from them.
I've already said no.
He's also drunk.
I've said it quite a few times.
He's very drunk, but yeah. Cornelius, it's easy enough. Just one little flick of a hand and whatever mess was made is gone. Which cheers up the grumpy wolf in the corner.
Well, Sasu.
Oh, he's upstairs nailing boards.
No, he said he was busy cleaning.
Ah.
I went upstairs with our hammers and nails and a board.
Yep.
Okay.
For some reason.
Okay, fair enough. I thought you were.
There's
Yeah,
loud
okay.
hammering from upstairs.
Okay, fair enough. Well, group, let's see if this at least stayed around. And I click the left breast of the.
Notice sure you scrubbed away the figure.
Oh yeah, so
So it's just a
press the
stone. Yeah. And yeah, as it pushes in, the door recedes and looks untouched. Emphasis on looks untouched.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the chest and make sure.
Yeah, looks fine. I mean, you're not going to go coin by coin, but it looks like the same mass that you
Yeah.
left behind.
I'm going to assume that if it's not empty, if there's not a significant chunk missing.
There's nothing missing.
Yeah.
It's pretty much as you remember it. Loaded. Even though you carry about 4 times as much in your pockets.
Yep. Gonna start dumping some of the stuff we had acquired, and then I'm gonna bring bring the bundle of the dress and the ring and start heading towards Foggle Clumps. Just as I'm going up, I'm gonna go to Siegfried. I'm gonna go to the Foggle Clumps and figure out something about all of this.
Okay. I start reach for my beer again.
As you reach for it, the songs begin. Very vulgar, very loud. Replacing all of talent and tone with enthusiasm and volume.
Yes.
Siegfried, you actually know a couple of them too.
Oh, Siegfried joins in.
That's Cornelius away.
How many are songs from Heroes of Van Dalen?
No, it wasn't musical. These are just raucous drinking songs. You know, some of the subject matter changed a little bit, a few of the verses gone, but very consistent.
Of course I know them. I understand drunk.
Yeah. You've also, arrested quite a few dudes who were singing it while you were nicking them.
Of course.
And then, of course, yourself. For the 6 months of your PTSD. But it's only gotten worse. Should have thought about becoming a Beastmaster. You would have had a therapy animal. Have you two finished your business consultations?
The main issue I think we have right now is we have to wait till we can see and tally up how much money.
Mm-hmm.
seeing the bottom room's empty at the moment, you could just start hauling the lock boxes down there to count it.
Oh no, it's packed solid. Oh, a bottom room. Yeah, basement. Like you said, bar room.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it.
Oh, wait. That's our money. That's... Oh, it's you. Sorry. I didn't notice you have something strange going on with your head.
Yes.
Did you run into a hedge?
No. I ran into the ghost of an elf.
Oh. This will make you a very awkward woman, though. I mean, we can't bring you flour now. You have them.
I think she'll live, and it's the thought that counts.
They always say that. Karen, does the thought count? Only if the thought's combined with a present, money, and a drink. You see? That is a woman who knows sense. At that point, Karen sort of stumbles a little bit and falls against Siegfried. And continues to try and fall past him. And taking a moment to just
Can I
reacquaint
catch
yourself.
him and put him up, stand him up on a seat, on the seat next.
A little
Sit
lightheaded.
him on the seat next to me.
Oh no, it's a her. It's just Karen.
Alright.
Yeah. As you realize, yeah, she's pretty blocked as well. She was handling a little better than Megran. Not as blatantly obvious. You're thinking maybe the staff dipped in a little too heavily. But to be fair, the rest of the waiting staffs, guys and girls, are pretty much upright. They look like they're earning fairly well. You see, one that's earning particularly well is he's got his hand in the pocket of another patron.
Is Zazzle finished hammering upstairs?
Yep.
Does
So you
the
don't-
door
you-
look like it will stop the average drunk?
Yeah, as you're finishing, you don't hear an thud. You just hear a thud, ow. As someone just falls right against it. It creaks a little bit, but it'll hold. It would take a number of them charging at it, but now that they see that this is blockaded, they slide along the wall and head into the actual washroom.
Excellent. I'll need to clean that out once I get a chance.
So yeah, you two start hauling the lockboxes along. They feel very heavy. It's a lot of relay. Pufflesworth is not helping.
No.
He's being very much a pain by just continually bumping into the back of your leg to stay as close as he can. And then there's a shriek. As one of the patrons lifts up and he's got blood pouring from his cheek. And Pufflesworth bristling.
Oh, heck.
Fucking bit me!
Well, don't touch him.
I
He
was...
asked-
Who the fuck are you? What the fuck's an owlbear doing in here?
living here.
Oh, fuck. He bit me.
Yeah, you touched him.
I wasn't even awake.
That doesn't excuse you for touching him.
I think you misunderstand.
This is her story, and she's sticking to it.
I didn't lay a finger on it.
Well, don't touch him.
I didn't.
You don't remember.
What? Fuck. You saw it. It fucking bit me as he's a Castalia.
I look at Pufflesworth.
There's
There's
blood on his beak.
Oh yeah, we know he did it. There's no question on if he did it.
He doesn't look at all repentant about it.
Rain, you have to discipline him.
Yes, I know. Once we get upstairs.
I'm fucking bleeding here!
Zazel comes out and casts healing word on him and then heads back and cleaning.
Alright, I'm not bleeding now.
Problem solved.
Just keep that thing on a leash. Shorter one.
First
I'm
aid
holding
Oi.
him.
Not
I'm
you, the
upstanding
owlbear.
forward, I will not be on a leash.
No, I mean the owlbear, not you. Thanks, whatever you are.
Ah.
He just walks himself out. Well, there's probably a few less coins you're gonna get.
Oh well.
Castelli, you're probably realizing that, Rain shouldn't be on the serving staff. She shouldn't really deal with the customers, maybe. Might be a liability.
I was going to compliment her business skills, but customer interaction is not one of those.
This is gonna look bad on your employment review, Rain.
Well, to be perfectly fair, Pufflesworth isn't going to be down there very often.
I think it's fair to say she's not front of house material. She's more what you call a cubicle goblin.
Is that what we call them these days?
But yeah, as you head on down with various it takes a few trips to stack them all up properly, and you have to usher a few of the still injured drunks out of the kitchen. Because you're not going to leave the fucking lockbox anywhere near them.
Indeed.
You can stack them in the back room, the hidden room, if you want.
Excuse me, Pufflesworth.
Well, you've got Wolfgang down there keeping watch. He doesn't want to come up, it's way too loud. And then comes the unveiling. It's a lot of copper, a lot of silver. As you'd expect, it's a ton of coinage. And it comes the very slow process of counting it out. Because not every coin is from Raxis. Not every coin is of the coast. There's quite a few mingled in. They're still the same weight and sort of material. But there's a lot of oddly shaped ones, or some that are bent, some that have been worn out, some of them bitten very hard by something that wasn't human to begin with. And you guys realize with the two of you, and Pufflesworth occasionally knocking over a pile if he feels like it, it's going to take a while. Wolfgang pads over, but he just sits down and does not help shuffling the coins. He looks like he
Might
would,
be
though, if he
wait.
could.
A hint might be wait for the numbers guys to be back.
There's
Yes.
a numbers person here. If Drew could come watch Pufflesworth.
Droop's a Cornelius. Because he saw him
So,
leave,
yes,
so
we're-
obviously he has to follow.
Yeah, I'm not leaving him at the bar.
Let us replace these at the bar and I guess start cleaning up. What time would you like to close tonight?
Well, the bars. Honestly, at this point, I think the biggest thing is just once the beard is done, then we close up.
Alright.
Yeah, you have the
Going
three
by the
cakes. So
3
that's
kegs
probably,
isn't going to last.
Yeah.
you could-
Probably already down to 2.
Alright.
You
and
got
we'll
1 and a
have to
half.
Keep closed, and we'll have to keep closed tomorrow to do business dealings and start getting a fresh supply.
Exactly.
Do.
Don't forget also there's a campaign of the plot of the orcs and whatnot.
Oh, that hasn't been forgotten.
There's also the poor district, shrouded in shadow.
Yeah, and I still have to go to the Allcasters. And I have to see... What was his name? I'm glad I wrote it down. Catagram. So likely we have a response for that.
Well, on the bright side, Siegfried, you're thinking, maybe you don't have to go to work. Maybe you don't need the cover of a courier.
You could just
I
work
could
here.
be a barkeeper.
Get some passive income.
Well, basically, you've got to be like, hey, Siegfried, come on, we're going on an adventure. No, that's fine.
Just think, as a barkeep, the rumors come to you.
Hmm.
This is true.
Exactly.
You don't even have to go out to the bars any longer to find rumors. The rumors are gonna come to you.
Yeah, I know. This has possibilities. He's thinking this as he slowly slides off his chair.
It's just that thing where he's leaned forward too far, the arse has come off his stool, and he's just slowly lengthening out as the knees give out. Elbows propped on the bar. Head slowly descending lower with it.
Now you're just gonna need a barkeeper's disguise. Oh wait, no, you just need a barkeep outfit.
Still a disguise. It's not like he went to college for his degree. Cornelius, you find yourself away from all of that to somewhere that's probably also kind of a little worrying is the compound of the Fuggleclumps, where magic is being controlled sometimes.
Is there still a strange pool of water on the ground?
No, it's gone. Not that he'd know to look. And one of the gnomes coming across, he has such amazing mutton chops. They extend to his shoulders, as in outwards to the breadth of his shoulders. Hello,
Hello there.
customer?
Well, kind of.
Okay,
You
come along.
see, I was wondering if your establishment was responsible for the creation of these items,
Hmm.
or if you can recognize who might have been.
Alright,
Not
come,
you.
come. Over here, over here. Just leads you over to one of the workbenches. He just gets up on it, brings out a brush from his belt, and just pushes everything off it. There is a clatter, there is breakage, there is smashing. Alright, on the table there. Let's have a look.
Put down the wedding dress.
Fancy dress. And ring. Okay. Hang a tick. You see him do much the same sort of symbol scrawling as you do, and a pearl is brought out. Alright, might have done. Might be ours. Not recent. We haven't done anything like this recently. Like, we're not really allowed to do wedding dresses no more.
Oh, how come?
Legally not allowed to say. Just that we're not allowed to. But, one wedding went off with a bang. I think is the expression they used for it. It's not like anyone died or anything. Legally, we're allowed to say no one died. But, yeah, she lost some assets. Anyway, let's have a look here.
Oh no.
Alright, mind if I take these in?
Yeah, sure thing. We found them some distance away from here, so
Alright, as just for a quick reference, hang on, I'll give you a wee shit. He just scrawls out something onto a few little bits of paper, hands them to you, and walks off. Hang on about, this'll only be a wee moment.
alright.
And you're left in what you feel is the middle of a maelstrom. Because all around you, projects are being worked on in surprisingly open conditions. It's about that point that you see a gnome get propelled in the air to your left. And then you see a shimmering sort of dome that he impacts against before falling back down. And you hear him very panically screaming out the Featherfall incantation, which kicks in when he's about 2 inches off the ground.
I look on with a little bit of interest. It's just kind of interesting to see magical items being created after all, even if it is chaotic as it is.
Yeah, you're seeing that it's more sort of like, you've known long that the creation of magical items is a, it's an art form. It is lost knowledge for the most part, but these guys seem to be taking the more sort of thing of keep going at it, and eventually something will stick, and just hope it doesn't, burn through whatever it sticks to. So far, it's been more of a burn.
Occasionally about what works.
Yeah. Just keep going until it works. If it doesn't work, then I guess you weren't trying hard enough. On the bright side, they seem to have, you thought about the items that they've got on offer, you've seen some of the stuff, and there's even a small little, it's a very simple wooden catalog, about 4 or 5 different pages. It's all very sort of comforting stuff. It's basically the common magic items. All of those are pretty cheap and available. Then you see one of the big premium items still on display there, the Belt of Returning. But that's mega money as you look at it. Mm-hmm. And finally, the gnome returns. Alright then, we did make them, apparently. A while ago, before I was born. About 200 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Fortunately, all it says is we made it. No, it probably did say more, but legally I'm not allowed to say why.
Yeah. Fair enough.
We've had some reorganization over the years. Most of it sudden. Anyway, here's the dress. You probably got the legs for it, and the ring.
Well, thank you very much. And
they're lovely pieces.
Hmm?
They're lovely pieces.
Yes, I would assume so. Anyway, here's a little something for your troubles, at least.
No, not allowed to accept that there. No. Perfectly fine to just do a little inventory check, that's okay. Just in future, feel free to bring your business back to the Fuggle Clumps.
Alright. Thank you, I will.
Cheers then. Have a good one.
You as well. Very helpful. And I headed out.
Yeah, you managed to step away from the gnome who is actually liquefying in front of your eyes. But it's not liquefying off the bones or anything, it's all one person becoming a puddle. Then you watch as 2 of them chase him with a bucket.
Alright, well, good luck with that then.
There's a little froth of bubbles in the center of a puddle, as if in response. Back at the business.
I'm currently marking out some toilets.
Yeah, it's near capacity. Is the nice way to put it. Another way to put it is that it would be past capacity if they'd all found it.
Ugh.
So a lot of our room needs to clean up.
Working on it.
Siegfried, as you're slumping at the bar trying to get your arse back in the stool, you end up getting onto another one where there's a woman who looks strikingly familiar. You've seen her on the poster and at the show. She just raises a hand, still wearing all black leather. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, you're smiling. I didn't expect that.
I've had enough alcohol now. Life is good.
Oh.
I can't feel the pain or remember what it was about anyway.
All the time or just now?
I see them in my sleep. But I don't remember that now. I'm good.
Yes, that is good. I'm Frida. I sort of play you.
At least you got the good bits.
That's part of what I wanted to ask you about. I feel like there's a bit missing from the character. And I'm sorry, I went into your room and there's nothing really there. I was hoping to talk to you, although it seems to be a bad time.
There's just a mattress in there, Jack.
Your heart is as empty as your room.
You mean I've got a mattress?
No. You don't even have that, man. All you've got is some fucking stab marks from where you didn't trust the room.
God.
Pretty much. That's bad.
Probably a few more deeper ones from the night terrors that kicked in. Yeah, so maybe another night when you're more collected?
Sure. I'll be happy to help.
Okay. Have a good day, Mr. Andom. But do you like that, or is it more Siegfried?
Doesn't matter. Either works.
Okay. Have a good day, Mr. Andom. She nods ahead to Megrin, heads on out. Weird girl, that. She thinks this is serious play when we're just having larks being heroes. You look
Being hero
you look
no
like you're
fun.
ready to be in the show now.
Depends. Is there two of you, or am I just seeing things?
No, I am just a very big man. You could look at me and think, yes, that is two men.
Ah, good. How are we looking on the king?
Well, I've almost got this one down, then we're on the... Oh, hang on. I shouldn't cause a panic. As he leans in with a big hand. We're on the last one!
We have almost succeeded.
There is a big panic. Because he is only able to stage whisper. You are almost elbowed off the bar. Luckily you're able to keep your seating. As people come to get a quick refill. Yes, friends, I am sorry to say it is now going to be last call.
Can I just take a note, or at least try to take a note of how much he's charging per pint?
You noticing it seems to be a silver apiece. But he's filling the tankards big.
So we're probably one of the cheapest places in town for alcohol. Okay.
Undercutting business.
Yeah, we might have to change that, but that's if I actually remember anything.
Don't forget he's also probably drunk half the crates himself.
Yeah.
But that comes out of his wages.
Ah, the true devil is coming out.
The fuck are you gonna do? Cut him off with the legs? It's a bit late. The problem is he'd be a problem employee. You could never sack him because he's the heart of the bar.
Yeah.
Everyone would show up again and ask, where's the big guy?
He's part of the draw, yeah.
We will need to plan more for bar. I was thinking we blend dance hall. Look at all these lovely people. No, you ugly bastards shugging. Move away. There, yes. There's about 2 of the staff there just sort of sitting bored. Because last call, they've got nothing to do right now, so we're just having a natter. Look at them beautiful creatures. They're both guys. We could add a stage. We could put on our own Heroes of Van Dalen. No, wait, that's a bit much. We could do merchandise. Do you have a hat, Siegfried? What do we have on you that we
No.
could sell?
Fake bite marks.
Hang on, let me look at you. This massive fucking Goliath hand grabs your arm, hauls you up onto your feet. Let's see. We could do toy swords like that one. We can't do this armor. No, that will be very strange for kids. Only parents should get into leather that time.
Fake scars. I've got plenty of scars.
I'm imagining he's got this horrible inane grin as well. He's so happy. Fake scar. That'll be hard to do. We could just do real scars, but light.
No. Parents get really angry with that one.
It's alright, we'll make them cheap. Who can disagree with cheap scars?
Lots of people.
Then we'll give them towel afterwards. Or cloth. Cloth is cheaper, we'll do cloth. What about the women? And little scale man? What do they have we could sell?
Toy bow?
Toy what? Bow! He doesn't have bow.
Arrow.
He doesn't have one.
What? The kobold? Yeah, he's got one. Really impressive one.
He has, like, knife and bit of stone.
Stone in his bow.
No, fuck off.
Yeah.
You are talking bollocks. Have another beer.
Sure, don't mind if I do.
There's about 18 guys around you trying to get at this thing, and he's just swatting them away effortlessly with massive hands. Fuck off, you fucking peasants. I will serve you next, don't rush. But he is hero of Van Dalen. This is Frida. This one has less tits, but is still a good man.
Has the beard grown back?
Yes, but you still feel someone grabbing your arse. They weren't rough, though.
Yes. Yeah. And the devil lady. Vine whip.
We can't do whip. Children will hit each other, lose eyes. Sword is easier. Whip, tricky.
Fake horns?
Horns.
Fake horns.
We could make them flower ones like hers.
Yeah.
We
know,
we
for
could.
the girls opposed to the boy. Target the female clientele. not
Oh
the
yes,
male.
yes, it's for all children, all parents, yes. That's why I'm thinking like bouquet horn band.
Oh yeah.
Hair band, horn band. Horn band for hair. Yes. Also, we'll use outfit for base for more dancing girls, huh? You like that, yes?
Yeah.
The hand on your arse squeezes tighter.
I kind of look around to see who's actually squeezing.
It's impossible to tell. The hand is coming from somewhere in this mass.
Is there any females in the crowd?
Yeah, about half of them.
Okay. He's got to answer this right time.
Roll a d2.
God damn it! There's no D2s.
Yeah, you just no, you just slash, just slash R1d2. It's not a small, delicate hand.
I'm too drunk to notice. I'm good.
It eventually relents mainly because of the spawn of, like, the frawl of bodies just batting it away. They're possibly going to break it at some point. But there's a clamor, and people have sort of forgotten you're freed it because they remembered its last fucking call.
Of course.
Although there is one or two dwarven clients who are just looking at you with a beard and get a big thumbs up.
Yeah, my beard is not completely well kept at the moment. I haven't used the mirror.
Doesn't matter. It's a good beard. Plus your belt just makes you naturally charismatic. For dwarves.
It's probably a dwarven hand that's got the on my ass at the moment. I just...
No, it's off the arse, but it wasn't big enough for that. Like, Malgern's helped you around a few times, you know that dwarves, big hands. That didn't feel like it. That would cover part of your lower back as well. So, we do horned hairbands with flowers.
Yeah.
We also do flower bands for girls who already have horns.
Flower decorations, yes.
Yes. And then we use then we
do
copy
other
out.
jewelry as well with flowers. You could have wristbands with flowers and.
She doesn't have
maybe
them on
necklaces.
wrist though. No. We have to keep it like the heroes. Then we have elf woman. We do a little owl bear teddy bear.
Yes.
No, wait, shit. They
That'll
already
work.
do those. We'll need to make it more like.
So
We give it shitty face like that small one. It looked permanently pissed off.
it's always permanently pissed off, that one.
But what about elf lady? You know her. What does she have? What does she do?
Librarian, books, diary.
Oh, she go to library.
Got a diary.
Diary.
Oh,
No. Has to be toy. Has to be thing to play with. Or item. Like, diary is shit. No one wants book. Very expensive too. Too expensive. Kids will not be able to convince the parents, and we need parent money.
Mace.
You have it. Yes. Yes, I see that, yes. Will be easy to do. Wooden mace is club, but we, make it look different. It's very simple, yes.
Maybe glowing paint on paint for the heat of it. So it shines.
By this point, the two of you are both, you're on elbows on the bar. He is slumped forward so much, so have you. He is past, Karen is working hard, passing out the drinks as she can. Some of the waiting staff have come around behind the bar. And slowly the throng are sort of splitting apart. But you two, you are just hanging on only by your arms onto the bar. You're off your stools. He's off his stumps.
So what you're saying is only a small nudge would probably make me slump over the bar, slump down under.
Pretty much, yeah. And let's see now. What else do we have? Does Kelvin have anything different? Does he do anything new since last time you were with him?
Calvin?
Yeah, the Ponzi one. Fancy man.
Ah, him.
Don't say I talk to him like that. I really like him, but it's just easy to say, he is obviously fancy man.
Oh yes, drank some wine, but he was not. Didn't hold his liquor too well. He almost cacked it straight away.
Fucking lightweight.
Oh, completely. But he said that wine was really good. He's still got some rounds here somewhere.
Oh, fuck yes, let's go get that. Do you know who has it? Where is it? Did you keep it in the house? Is it here somewhere? Come on.
No. We brought it back with us. We took it with us. We brought
Oh,
some
good
back.
man. He's now slapping your shoulder. You're off the fucking bar. He's clambering over to get to the other side of the bar with you and just fucking falls. There's a massive thud. He's on his back as he pats you with the back of his hand. Where is it? Let us go find this.
See the Malgurn? Or Rain's got it. One of the two.
Ah, my life double. Let's go find Malgurn first.
Leagues don't work. I don't go anywhere.
Mine don't work either right now. It's fine. On my back as he just slings you onto his shoulders and he fucking crawls. He sort of supports himself gorilla-like for a bit. Just the two massive meaty hands propelling himself with you slumped on his shoulder. Malgurn, where are you currently? What are you doing?
I've kind of just found a quiet place for me and the kitten. I've got a drink. He's got a drink.
It's a lot less quiet now.
Yeah.
He's able to find you quite easily. There's a connection there.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Where is the good wine? Also, hello, my friend, my brother.
I don't know.
I don't think he
Yeah,
has it.
Yeah, you were not given the water skin. That now holds the wine.
Not here.
I think
well.
Rain has it, right?
Elf lady. Alright, I remember where she went. Follow me! He says that, but, you know, he's fucking carrying you, Siegfried. As he goes across the barroom, up the stairs, turns left, charges for the boards. The two of you go sailing for a small moment as the wood breaks. There's a colossal thud, but you are comforted by these massive meaty shoulders. Oh. I think I took the wrong way. Siegfried, Frida, come on. Carry me. As he throws himself over, flipping over, and you're now underneath him.
Not happening.
Yeah, it's crushing the fucking air out of you right now. He's a very heavy chap. He's big. He's half giant. It feels like it's a full one right now. Come on, you can do it, Frida.
Right. I give it one last tug to see if I can't get him at least slightly moved. That's if my legs actually work. And then promptly pass out drunk.
Yeah, you managed to get him off you a bit, and he looks back at you, sees you sleeping. Okay. I'll go with your plan. His head just fucking hits the floor. A massive arm goes across you, just the back of it, and he just passes out. Because it's not that hard for a dude to sleep when he's probably been awake for 2 or 3 days straight, drinking heavily. All that stone endurance is gone. Karen and the rest of the waiting staff have been busy actually doing the business. And slowly the people are filtering out. Slowly, mainly because some of them aren't walking. Cornelius, as you return to the home, you're pleased to see most of them are gone.
Oh, goodness. Just walk inside.
Zarzul, what were you getting up to during that?
I was cleaning the lavatories out.
That's true. You're still at that. That job is definitely not finished yet.
Nah, it's going to take a...
Karen, of course, waving at you. Hey, Corny. We're down in the basement.
Okay.
I figured you want to see the girls, right?
Yes. Thank you. Not entirely comfortable about just being called corny.
Well, don't forget that's one of the lines.
Yeah.
And you see Rain in her natural environment, surrounded by coins.
I see your natural environment.
Fuck you for stealing my line.
Well, I was about to say it, but you kind of beat me to it.
Well, Cornelius, want to get to helping?
About 4 piles of coins gone by Pufflesworth just pushing them with a paw.
If Droop would be ever so kind as to take Pufflesworth into my room so that stopped happening.
All right, but how about we? Oh,
Why has he got blood in his beak?
It's a long story, but it's alright.
It's a really short story.
Yeah,
You've been
I
a
know,
drunk.
but she doesn't want to talk about it, so she's exaggerating.
Okay, alright.
You have disciplined Pufflesworth for that, haven't you?
Nope.
By now,
Or you just let it
probably, yeah.
slide?
Oh no, you were
yeah,
busy
but-
counting coins. You gotta say if you want to do anything with them.
Oh, no. I would have said something once we were in private.
in private, the animal that has a 2-second attention span.
Roll ammo handling.
Okay. Da-da-da. Where's that button? There it is.
15.
Oh, one benefit. Yeah.
He's annoyed, but you're trying to pull rank right now. He puts up with it, but you can see he's not really... It's not sinking through, it's just he feels more miffed that you think you can talk to him like this right now. Because he's thinking to the fights, and he killed lots of things you didn't.
Oh, we're gonna have a fun night tonight while I'm working on him.
He's convinced that he's better.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he is.
The best,
Tonight,
if you will.
I'm gonna have lots of fun.
All right, well,
Yeah,
how
Drooply.
about we put the coins back into the boxes? We take them one at a time. We count them up, write what's in that box, and then we take a new box, and then we add it all together in the end. Because at the moment, what you have done here looks a complete nightmare.
Oh, no, they were doing it one by one. It's just that it's a
Okay.
lot of copper and silver coins.
Yeah.
And Pufflesworth is a shit.
Yeah, that's why I suggest if Droop can take Pufflesworth,
That's
maybe
okay, yeah.
keep him for a bit. Thank you, Droop. You're a sweetheart.
No. Come on, Pufflesworth. Come on. Come on.
I helped Droop a bit with by having a disc out, just to kind of. Hang on, Droop. Let me just help you here.
It's okay.
Yeah, I go to help
No,
get
no, I-
Pufflesworth onto
No,
it.
no, I can do this. This is something I can do. Come on, Pufflesworth. Please. Slowly, Pufflesworth shuffles away with him. But the head rotates and gives you a little bit of a look. You're not sure it's a very neutral expression, but he holds it for a bit before the head rotates back.
Back to counting.
So, what are you up to so far?
All told, you guys are sitting at around 400 gold worth. Mostly in silver, quite a lot of copper.
That they've counted so far, or
That they've counted so far.
okay?
But it looks like you've done about a fifth of the total haul.
Holy crap. That's not counting what our friend upstairs drank.
Then you're also noticing the boxes are all different sizes, and some of them weren't that heavy.
Okay.
Just by boxes alone, you think you're through a fifth of a haul. But yeah, after many hours, a lot of annoying shoulder tensing hours, it seems like he managed to get himself about 2,100 gold pieces in value.
That might work
Holy.
out then.
Yeah,
How
this-
much?
Remember,
this could
40%
be
of
working.
that's just going to disappear probably.
2,100.
Mm.
You'll have to just have a look at that contract and see if it's 40% of net or of gross or profit.
Yeah.
He'll likely want to take what the other. Yeah, I definitely have to look at the contract.
What makes you think they have a paper one?
How much paper did you get when you rented the house?
None.
So here's what I suggest. We found out that this is a profitable venture. So we can play hardball with this. We've got a name attached to it. If he doesn't want to give us a decent paper contract, then we can go talk to the other landlord and see if she wants to give us a better deal, and we can shift over.
But you're forgetting something very important. Who provided the initial beer?
He did, but
Who provided a lot of the furniture in the house?
yes. But once
Who's
again, if
providing
we
the
end up-
actual house?
That as well.
Well, that's the thing, is we would just find another place.
Yes, but it's got us attached to it already here. We go somewhere
Yes.
else. This
How
is
much
still going to
are
stay
we
here.
into this house for? For how long was the lease signed?
We didn't sign for any particular amount. It was just that for the was it 200 gold a month? Was it, or was it a week? I can't remember.
It was 100 a week.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But we can still transfer over. Cut our losses here, move to someplace else, and open
Yeah,
up,
but
and we would make back what we lose.
I don't
Hopefully.
think we can move. As bad as that sounds, this place has already got the reputation. We go somewhere else, it's not going to be the same place.
Mm,
Also,
be-
he also owns the other bar.
To be fair,
well, that
I
one.
think the reputation comes with Megrin
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
and his dancing girlfriends.
As long as Megrin gets the word out that it's shifted, and these are obviously can't be the only bars in the city that are empty. I wager the other landlady would have some.
There's always the slums. That's currently not got a lot of business going on, I can assure you.
Talk to the owner tomorrow.
You could set up a drinking USO show out in the front with the orcs.
Well, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go with the suggestion of taking that up tomorrow. It sounds like you have an idea of what you want to do with this place. Me, I'm gonna sit up in my office.
As you get out of the basement and start walking out of the kitchen, you see that the troop has not gotten the Pufflesworth to the room yet, because he's been running around cleaning the floor in the room. He's gotten most of the first floor done in all those hours, but he is utterly exhausted while Pufflesworth is just sort of dragging him for amusement. You know, he gives a yank of the head and the forward body on the leash and then seeing how far he can move the goblin now and again.
All
To
right.
be fair, all I asked was for him to watch him, not necessarily get him somewhere.
All right. And you had your funny little shit. the troop away from him. Come on. I think you need to go to bed.
No, I haven't finished cleaning the floor yet. It's still
It's
dirty.
It's fine.
But I have to finish my job.
It's fine.
You keep telling me I look after the house, so I have to look after the house. I haven't looked after it.
Well, you
Droop,
weren't here.
you've done a very good job.
Yes.
It's not done yet.
It's
That's
fine.
okay. It can wait until tomorrow.
Alright.
And we'll be able to help you then, too.
Says the voice from the basement.
Well, I
Nah, he
think
would have
we
come
were
up.
going
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
It's just from the echo in the voice.
Oh, wait, I'm sounding echoey?
A little bit. But it's the usual. It's the standard thing. It's always sounded like that.
Oh.
How about the rest of you guys as we finish up the session for tonight?
Oh, Siegfried's asleep in the kitchen.
Yep, with Megrin. His arm is pretty warm. The floor is not. That's the thing. Cornelius, Rain, Costello, you all would come out and just seen Siegfried and Megrin on the floor.
How cute.
I mean, it's the most restful we've seen Siegfried in a while.
Well, he has to find a new friend because I guess he's probably not happy that I've taken to my own little thing now. He needs to find a new drinking buddy.
I get a blanket to cover the two of them.
Oh,
It's not good.
It just manages to cover Magrin's arm.
Megrin's arm and Siegfried entirely.
Yeah.
It's alright though. He's a mountain people. He's used to the cold. More importantly, there's no fucking way he feels anything right now.
On the other hand, Siegfried is at the moment having a bad dream that he's being crushed by something.
It's just the arm. It's comfortable enough.
Megrin's thighs.
As you guys get into the main area, Karen and some of the girls are sort of fawning over Cornelius picking up Droop. I didn't think he'd keep on going for it. We were getting rid of the rest of these louts.
Thank you very much.
The
Thank
end
you
of
for at least keeping it going, I guess.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know it's your place and all, but some of that coin is ours, right?
Yes.
Okay, just sorry. It's a horrible thing to say and all that there, but you know.
So asking for your wages isn't a horrible thing. We just have to figure some of this out first.
Well, you know, it's a bit of back and forth because we didn't really do this with your permission, but it turned out to be a really good idea. So, you know, a bit of bad on our side, but, you know. Alright, well, we've got our own place to go to, so, see you all.
Right. Yeah. Good night. Good day.
Yeah.
Well,
It's only about dinner time.
dinner time. Yeah, but it feels like night.
Yeah, it feels like night. The rest of them all look pretty wrecked as well, to be fair.
Come back in a couple of days, and we'll probably have sorted out what will be happening, and you'll be getting your wages.
Oh, I'll be back in a few hours. I've got to take him back with me. She points to the kitchen. He's not meant to be cuddled up with Frida, I can tell you that. You all solve a show. You know how it works.
I suppose so. Well, take care. I'll start going up with the troop in my arms.
Drooping in your arms, yes.
Yes.
Wolfgang finally comes in from the basement now that the house is empty. Looking around, sniffing on the balcony as he looks for his spot, and then just flumps down. Where he's got a nice overlooking view on the door and some of the windows. And you guys all settled in, you're able to bring out your own table and chairs again, or you leave, or you just have a bar equipment. Settle down for a dinner cooked by a kobold and a devil.
I have taken a wash after I'd finished cleaning up the lavatories.
Well, of course.
A very good scrub.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably also Cornelius could have just prestidigitated you on request. He wouldn't let anyone suffer like that, apart from his own family members.
Yes, because they kind of deserve it.
We'll get to that another session. Well, you did acquire something from this, not just the gold, but also there are free packs of playing cards and 2 chess sets missing 4 pieces each. But on the bright side, that means you've got 1 working chess piece with some spares.
At least they're all missing the same piece.
There's also about 6 different outfits worth of clothing that was discarded.
I do not want to know what kind of clothing it wore.
Jackets, trousers, some boots. Just the kind of things that sort of fall off whenever you're drunk and it's just staggering about. A lot of belts, too.
Probably gonna have to keep a hold of that unless, in case people come back asking for it.
Yep. And, as you find out, when you check on the horses, there's also 1 dancing girl sleeping in the wagon. So there's your possessions currently. So, now we have a fun avenue, because apparently we're going to forget the quest just to do some fucking business, but we'll get to that next time.
We're not forgetting the quest.
We're just setting up an income stream.
Yes, it's okay. The intent of this here was to do some downtime anyway.
Wait,
One does not wage a war without having a means to resist.
we just found a new way to do the quest. We're gonna outsource it to other adventurers.
Yeah, you're on a tavern now. You're going to get visited by mercenaries.
Yeah. We're gonna need you to find the queen and princess of and whatever royal nobility that survived.
This quest was not balanced for our CR. You don't know what that is? Your NPCs.
Well, don't you know, we can set this up, and then we can focus solely on doing our business and not have to worry about bringing in income.
We didn't have to worry anyway.
But now our
She
money...
wants to play Tavern Simulator.
Yeah.
Okay?
But now our money could be spent on buying interesting things from the Fuggle Clump.
And then
And Zarzel can get his suit.
Corvus, have you ever thought about designing video games?
A few times, but I don't have a programming talent. There's no space in the industry for just an ideas man.
Oh, the programming's easy. You just need a good engine.
Who do you think Peter Molyneux is? He's just like...
No, he's not an ideas man. He's a bullshit artist. That's different. He comes up with stuff that's never going to be in the game. I like to come up with stuff that could actually work. But yes.
So come up with stuff that would actually work, and then just, cut the rest and bullshit it up. There you go.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the end of this session of D&D Rescue at Raxis. Which might get a title change to the Bar of Vandalin.
D&D bar near Raxis.
Cheers at Raxis. Anyway,
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
how are you guys for next week?
Everybody knows your name.
I mean, you know
And
I'm
now he's been DMCA'd.
good. So.
Rescue at Raxis, the Pufflesworth pub.
Of Kelsey Grammer's Cornelius and
I mean, you always need a stuffed animal head on the inside of a novelty bar.
Not this one. I think Cornelius might work very well.
But yeah, let's end the session. A little bit early, but I think we've done enough today. We'll be back next week, hopefully.
11:01 by mine.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 1 minute past.
Yeah, we're ending on time.
No, we started 10 minutes late.